Hey guys, Bird Yu-Gi-Oh here. So just wanted to show you a few decks that I do have coming up, just to kind of get you guys excited and hyped up for these. So Gookie, I have a really nice update for that. Zombies, brand new deck to this channel coming up. Mermail, I have an update to that. Rocket, Dragon Link, whatever you want to call it. That's going to be a brand new deck to the channel. Dinosaurs, have an update to that coming up, and Cosmos as well. So yeah, those are all coming up. Make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss any of these. We are not doing one of these today. Today we are doing Altergeist. Probably definitely one of the better trap heavy control decks in this format right now. It's very, very good. Does a lot of really cool stuff and just does a lot to combat the meta. So yeah, we'll get right into this one. Of course, if you guys do need any cards shown in this video or just any Yu-Gi-Oh cards in general, check my link in the description and in the comment section. That'll take you to TCG Player to get some great deals on cards. So let's start off with the best Altergeist monster is Multi-Faker. All you got to do to get him out is just activate a trap card, and then you can special summon him, and then he special summons an Altergeist monster from your deck, which is absolutely amazing. So that just kind of gets everything going for you. Meluseek is one of the better cards to open up with. It can attack directly. When it inflicts battle damage, you can target a card your opponent controls and send it to the graveyard. But the main reason we like him is if he's sent to the graveyard, you can add an Altergeist monster from your deck to your hand. So that's a super easy way of searching your Multi-Faker. And he's a level 1, so you can just use Link Karibo and link him away and get his effect off that easily. It's a really nice starter card. Also, Marionetter is another one of your better normal summons. When it's normal summoned, you can just set an Altergeist trap directly from your deck. And then also you can kind of use this card to swap out another Altergeist monster you control for one in the graveyard. Kind of a cool effect, but you're mostly using him to set those Altergeist traps. And then we play 2 Soliquidus. The reason we play 2, it is a great card, but you don't really want it in your hand. This is the card you want to special summon off of Multi-Faker, because when he is on the field, quick effect, you can return one other Altergeist card you control to the hand, so it could be one of your traps as well, and then target a card your opponent controls and return that to the hand. So it's a really nice way of getting rid of a problem, Link monster, or, just getting a monster off the field, basically. And then the last Altergeist we play is just one Conquiri. He's not needed all the time. He's nice to have. Basically, when an opponent's monster declares an attack, if you control an Altergeist card, you can just special summon this from your hand. And then if he is special summoned, you can just target a face-up card your opponent controls and negate the effects of that card while this monster is face-up on the field. So this is kind of a standard Altergeist ratio. I think most everyone plays it this way. It's just pretty much perfect. So, in addition to these, for the monsters, we are playing hand traps. They're super important, and you're going to be getting your hand traps off more, often than ever before, because Called by the Grave is now limited. So 3 Ash Blossom, 3 Effect Veiler. Play whatever you want. These are pretty much my favorites. I do like Psyframe Gear, Gamma, really good card. I just wanted to go with these in this. But yeah, play whatever hand traps you want, and that's the monsters that we're playing. Spells, very, very small spell count. Pot of Desires, obviously if you have Pot of Extravagance, play that. It's an amazing card, and the extra deck isn't that important in this deck. So, but we're making do with Pot of Desires, and it actually works out very well, especially since we have Multi-Faker at 3. You got a very slim chance of banishing all 3 Multi-Fakers. Obviously it's possible, but you take the risk. With Pot of Desires, being able to draw 2 is just really good, especially in a deck like this that's so trap heavy. Drawing 2 traps is sometimes going to win you the game. And then we also are playing 1 for 1. This is your way of just easily special summoning that Meluseek directly from the deck. And then just one Called by the Grave. Why not? It's at 1. It's a good card on your turn, good card on your opponent's turn. So yeah, that is it. Five spells. And then now for the bulk of the deck, the traps. The Altergeist trap that does not have Altergeist in the name. I wish it did. But 3 personal spoofing. Basically, once per turn, you can shuffle an Altergeist card from your hand or face upon your field into the main deck, and then add any other Altergeist monster. Really nice card to have for just getting you exactly what you need. 2 protocol. You can play it at 3 if you want. I like it at 2. It is a continuous. But basically, the activated effects of Altergeist cards cannot be negated. And then when your opponent activates a monster effect, you can just send an Altergeist card you control to the graveyard and negate the activation and destroy it. So you can even, if you have 2 Altergeist protocol, you can send this one to the grave to activate his effect to negate a monster effect. So that's really nice. And then just 1 manifestation. It's pretty good. But again, it's searchable super easily, so 1 is all I've ever really needed. You just target an Altergeist in your graveyard and special summon it in attack position. And then also, when this card is in your graveyard, you can banish it and then target an Altergeist trap and add it to your hand. So it's a good way of getting your protocols back if you send one to the grave. So that's it for the Altergeist traps. And then for the main power part of the deck, Solemn Judgment. When you're going first, you just pretty much have no fear when this card is in your back row. So nice to have. Negate anything. And then 3 Solemn Strike. Very similar, except you're just going to be negating a monster effect, or when a monster would be special summoned. Really nice. Both of them are perfect. And then since we have such a low spell count, Anti-Spell Fragrance is an amazing floodgate. Every deck is playing spells, and they have important spells that need to go off for them to do anything. So yeah, Anti-Spell Fragrance is really nice. Same idea with Imperial Order. You're just shutting off spell cards, and it's more often than not even going to affect you at all. And this deck is slow, so you got to be careful with Imperial Order. But your hope is that you can negate some stuff and just keep attacking and hopefully get some of your higher attacks, like Marionetter or your Hextia on the field before you activate Imperial Order, just so you can have some damage on board. And the last card, Skill Drain. Again, it's another card that's usually going to be doing more damage to your opponent than you. As long as this is on the field, you negate the effects of all face-up effect monsters on the field. So really nice, and just kind of shuts down your opponent most of the time. So yeah, that is the main deck. Stuck with 40 for consistency. And for the extra deck, we're playing the 3 Hextia. You can usually fairly easily on like turn 2 be able to get 2 of these out. It's really good. It's going to gain attack equal to the Altergeist monster it points to. So it's got a downward pointing arrow and an arrow pointing right. And then it's got a really cool quick effect. When a spell, trap, or effect is activated, you just tribute an Altergeist monster that this card points to, negate the activation, and destroy it. Really nice to have. Prime Banshee. You can tribute an Altergeist monster and special summon an Altergeist from your deck to a zone this card points to, and he's got some really nice arrows to his right, down, and down and right. That is nice to have. And then we are playing as well 2 Selene. You don't have to play 2, definitely. I just kind of threw 2 in there. But you're going to make her with some of your spell caster monsters. And she's mostly good, obviously, because you don't play many spells, but your opponent's almost always gonna, because you'll basically be removing 3 spell counters and special summoning any one of your Altergeist monsters to a zone this card points to, so that's nice to have. play 2 Linkuriboh. This is, again, your main way of getting your Meluseek's effect off. Really nice to have in the battle phase as well. And then Nightmares, Cerberus, Phoenix, Unicorn, and I'm also even throwing Griffin in here, because his effect, you're going to discard, and then you can target a spell and trap in your graveyard and set it to your field. So that's a really nice way of obviously recurring some of those solemns, which is just going to be killer most of the time if you can link up into him. But yeah, they're just good generic cards to have in pretty much any extra deck. Ningirsu, I've explained it before, but this is a really good out to Red Eyes Dragoon because it does not target and it does not destroy either. So basically, you can just send one card from either player or from each player's field to the graveyard. So that's a simple way of getting rid of a very problematic card. And then we have a Trisbania and a Topologic Bomber. Since you have like a multi-faker to special summon from the deck, you'll be able to get these effects off fairly easily. So yeah, that's always nice cards to have in a deck like this that can just special summon from the deck whenever, to a zone they point to. But yeah, extra deck's not too crazy important. You'll mostly just be going into your Hextias and your Linkuribohs, but it's always nice to have options. But yeah, that's the deck, guys. Really, really nice, again. Nice control deck that should win you some games, even against, some of these high-tier, meta decks. So that's the deck for you guys. Got all those other decks coming up that I showed you at the beginning of the video. So make sure you're subscribed, and we'll catch you on the next one.